Alrighty guys, welcome to part 4 of my Sonic 06 playthrough with Silver Story. And yeah, at the end of the last part, the game kind of froze, so that's what that whole blaze thing was about. I had to re-record it, but I didn't record the actual stage because that, would have taken up more room on my DVD, so that's all that was about. It wasn't really about anything. But anyway, moving on to this scene now. Yeah.
I finally found him.
Do you remember how in the first Sonic story, the very first cutscene, it was all fiery and wicked cool and darks and all that, and in Silver Story, the sky behind him's nice and clear, but it wasn't in Sonic Story. Contrasting issues.
Hey, where'd he go?
But anyway, we now meet Amy Rose, Silver's second amigo. Yes, Silver is a pimp. He's got 2 girls as his amigos.
It's okay. I'm sure the guy I'm looking for is still
Pimpin' Silver.
I'm sure I can still find him.
Well, then I'll help you.
So basically, Amy's still colourblind.
Hey,
She still can't tell Sonic from just about every other damn hedgehog there is out there. I mean, seriously, how does Silver look anything like Sonic? He's got porcupine quills.
Wait.
So we're being distracted from finding that blue hedgehog and killing him by this dumb pink hedgehog, who also happens to be looking for a blue hedgehog. Could it be the same person that we're after? Oh, come on. We already know that it's Sonic that we're after.
Maybe I'll talk to some people.
So yeah. Sonic's gone out to the desert. Unfortunately, we can't get through to the desert. They've already blocked the fucking desert off again. They seriously don't like anyone going out there, do they? So yes, we've got to find Lord Regis to get him to turn around and say, okay, you can let this twat out. Now, I forgot where Lord Regis was initially, so a lot of pointless running around coming up. Thankfully, it doesn't last as long as it did in part 2. My god, it lasted fucking forever in part 2. So, we're just gonna run slowly around Soliana. But anyway, while I'm on the point, while I don't have much to talk about, I should say, I actually realised, I'm sure you remember in Sonic Story when I fought the Egg Genesis, I actually kept attacking him by the bottom, because that's how I always thought it had to be done, but I was completely wrong. You are supposed to home in attack into the robots and then run up the arms of Egg Genesis and attack Egg Genesis from the top. The bottom part where I was attacking is actually where Silver is supposed to attack him. Yeah, spoiler, Silver fights Egg Genesis. But yes, yeah, I completely got that information wrong. So basically, yeah, I knew I had to have been doing it wrong. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, like I said before, I do know where Lord Regis is. He's right by the gate that leads into the forest area. But I forgot about that when I was actually playing this. It happens. I forget about things. I've initially already recorded this part, but, well, the commentary for this part, but unfortunately, about halfway through, I had this massive fit of coughing, and it went on and on and on throughout the rest of the part. And I thought, well, initially I kept on with it thinking it would be okay, but listening to it back, it was just very overwhelming. So I decided to re-record the commentary for this. So anyway, we have to do a bloody town mission before we can actually get into the desert. And to do it, we just have to defeat all these enemies within 5 minutes. Straightforward, not at all difficult, and yeah. And Movie Maker's lagging my video again, but no doubt it'll be fine once I've saved it. It's probably just like I say, just Movie Maker playing up. It does that. Can't wait to get the shock bracelet. Once I have that, everything will just be so much easier. How many more fucking enemies do you want me to kill? Yeah, just pound them. Keep going. Don't worry about running out of items because, well, apart from a couple of the like really small spidery ones, practically all of the enemies will fire missiles at you at some point or another, I think. So it's not as if you're gonna have nothing to hit them with and you're gonna have to resort to the bitch slap. Come on, let's finish this. This is actually quite tedious to watch. It's not so much tediousness to play, but it's just tedious to watch. Oh, for goodness sake, there it is. Don't run away from Silver. He's a slowpoke. He'll never catch you. But yeah, that's that mission. We've protected the castle town from robots, and now we can speak to Lord Regis and make our way over to Dusty Desert. Quite possibly the worst Silver level, in my opinion.
That was easy.
Again, don't care about rankings. I know there are quite a lot of people who actually do care about getting good ranks on levels, but I'm just not one of them. I just prefer to just play through the game and, you know, try and make the best of it in this case. So yeah, now we can head on over to the desert. Let the tedium begin. Come on, Silver. Work those muscles. How the fuck did he beat us here? But anyway, magic mirror time. It's time to enter the worst stage for Silver, in my opinion. The stage itself is okay until the end, when it actually gets really tedious due to a certain puzzle and, you know, due to crappy physics and everything else. It's just, oh, I hate it.
Sorry. As soon as I find Sonic, I'll help you find who you're looking for, Silver.
I never look forward to doing Silver's Dusty Desert, just purely because of that one section at the end of the stage, which I'm not gonna lie, took me about 15 minutes or so to beat. And because I'm not cutting anything out, just because I want to emphasise just how bad this game really is. And, you know, just how frustrating that puzzle is. I actually had to cut the stage in half, and I don't normally like to do that unless, like, there's a load screen I can cut at. Because I don't like my videos being longer than 20 minutes. It's just me being picky, I suppose. That's just me and how I upload my videos. I don't generally care if anyone decides to upload their videos. anyone else decides to do it. It's just me being picky.
Just you wait.
But anyway, Dusty Desert. Let's get this over and done with. First thing we've got to do is be killing all these enemies. It takes place indoors just like Shadow Stage did. Well, just like Shadow Stage primarily did. Shadow did have a small section outside with the hovercraft. These enemies are straightforward to take out. And after we take them out, we can sort of see a slight gimmick with this level. And there it is, the gimmick. You may notice that the area that we're in kind of looks like a pool table. There are pockets, shall we call them, where you can put these balls into. It doesn't matter which holes you put them into, I don't think. Just as long as every ball goes into a hole. You also probably notice that there are numbers on the balls. That's because you can only hit them so many times. Once the number on there reads 0, when you next go to hit it, the ball will blow up. So, yeah. But fortunately, it doesn't mean you have to restart the puzzle. You just gotta pop the ball that did not make it into the hole. So, yeah. Door's not open, means there's still one or more balls left. There it is. Unfortunately, it's got 0 written on it, so I have to blow it up and wait for it to come out again. But thankfully, I only need to pop that one ball. I don't need to pop every single ball again. Because believe me, if that were the case, I would hate the level even more than I already do. But yeah, it's relatively straightforward. Even if the physics are a little bit crappy. And, you know, the controls are sloppy and camera bad. All the standard complaints you've already heard me complain about. But anyway, another sand wave section. They're easier with silver because you can glide. All hail silver. Fuck Shadow.
There should be a switch somewhere.
And again, if in any doubt, just tap the hover button instead of hold it, because he'll travel a much further distance even if he looks like an idiot. Now we're moving on to the most annoying, worst character in the game. Amy Rose herself. I don't like playing as Amy. Amy's the worst character to play as, in my mind. She's ridiculously slow. Like, this gameplay makes me appreciate Sonic Adventure's gameplay with Amy. She can go invisible for absolutely no reason. It looks like she's had lessons from SBO the Chameleon. Though honestly, I didn't think hedgehogs could go invisible. And once the invisibility wears off, you had to stop for 2 seconds while she goes, "Oh my god, I'm invisible again!" It's... yeah. You do literally lose control every time you come out of your invisibility. Amy can also double jump. However, on the second jump, she does not have a lot of forward momentum. She can go very high, but she can't go very far forward on the second jump. So it's almost pointless. If you need to make a far distance jump, don't bother with the double jump. Blaze's double jump did it right. Amy's did not. Amy can also attack enemies with her Pico Pico hammer. And it's crap. She has to get right up close to enemies. There's like a 1 second delay from when you hit the button to when she attacks. And, you know, she has to get right up close to the enemies, and that can actually make her a lot more vulnerable. So, I don't like playing as Amy. I really do not. Especially when I have to kill enemies. For whatever reason, she did not do a little stupid, "Oh my god, I'm visible again." thing that she usually does. Unless I wasn't paying attention. Thankfully you don't play as Amy much in Sonic 06. I think if I had to play a whole story with her, I think I'd do my nut. But in any case, Amy's... It just really makes me appreciate her gameplay in Sonic Adventure. People bitch about her gameplay in Sonic Adventure. I could tolerate her gameplay in Sonic Adventure. Yes, it's slow, but it's enjoyable to an extent. Here it isn't enjoyable at all, I'm sorry. But thank fuck we are back with Silver. Silver will see us right. I never thought I'd say that, but Silver really is much preferable to Amy.
Those enemies look like they're guarding that door. Let's start.
Oy vey, another killing enemy segment. And I still really wish that I had the shock bracelet, because this is just tedious. I don't like having to bitch slap. Oh, luckily these twits throw their balls at you, so come on, Silver. Sick 'em. Thank you. Another sand wave section. But I don't have as much reason to complain about them with Silver, because Silver honestly is much preferable with these sections because he can just glide over a lot of it. Well, hover I should say. Hover! No, I have no idea what I'm doing there. Probably trying to take out all the enemies. Oh, come on. Come on, Silver. We can do this. Oy vey. And another enemy killing section. Last one before the Puzzle of Doom, which I hate so much, and I'm not cutting a single bit out of, because I really want to stress the point just how long it can take because of the poxy bad controls and bad physics. I wish the stage had ended just after this section. I just wish the door had opened to reveal the goal ring, instead of revealing that puzzle. It just gets tedious watching me defeating enemies over and over and over and over again. Thankfully I think we're nearly done with killing all the enemies. And then we can move on to the Puzzle of Doom. I'll see you all in the next part.